Hi, welcome to the Can-am-rotors build video. Today we're going to be doing the FX-1 frame. I've already gone ahead and done some prep. I've painted up my carbon fiber and my TPU canopy with a Sharpie paint marker. These are very nice. You can find them anywhere, Amazon, Michael's craft stores and such. I would like to make an amendment in this video because today I do not have the updated plate, but on the updated plate, instead of using M3 nuts to tie the whole stack together, you will be getting M3 press nuts, which add a little bit of lash and such, and they will be coming pre-dabbed with some blue thread locker. This is something everybody should pick up. It's not only good for putting together your frame screws, but also your motor screws. For this build, I will be using an F440 Hglrc stack. I want the extra amperage. I have myself Axii UFL antenna. This is the micro version. It's much lighter. I've had good results with this little antenna, and they're also light, so I like them. I'm going to be using a Caddx SDR2 with the turbo eye. It's got a 15mm lens, and a lot of guys might be a little bit worried about the size of them fitting through canopies, but with our new canopy, it fits in there quite well, so I'm not too worried about that. Also, I will be using our rewound 1507-2300 kV Avenger motors, courtesy of Brotherhobby. We were having some good results with 1407 2800 kV motors and such. This has good airflow. It seems to handle the extra proppage, whereas with our 1407 motors with the 2800 kV, we even flew with 3600 kV 1407s with 5-inch bi-blades, and you get some pretty good efficiencies out of it, but if you start adding more props to it, you just end up smoking things. I suggest you build up your flight controller first and then add things as you go along. With our new battery plate, you can install your flight controller afterwards, because before we didn't have any access holes, but now with our new one you'll have 4 access holes to thread your screws through, but for the sake of simplicity I would just build it right on top as it is. Alright, now that we got our flight controller on the main plate, we're going to set up starting with the battery plate and your M3 screws. We're going to put them through the battery plate, and then you can start adding your arms. Just hold the heads of the screws with your fingers so they don't fall out. But at this point, you guys wouldn't be adding these M3 nuts, you would have your press nuts. So it would just be as simple as threading it in. But yeah, that's it. That's all you really need to do for your main assembly. Now that we got our arms all tightened up and ready to go, we're going to slip on the canopy. Now I've already prepped the canopy for this next step. It's pretty simple. Just add your standoffs. Remember, you got your standoffs inside the TPU print, and you're just going to hook up 2 slots in the front. Give it a little bit of a wiggle to get it down there, and then at the back you'll just simply press the tab in as such. You'll do the same on the other side. Pretty tight tolerance, which is good. There's going to be no slop in the canopy, so when you're doing your footage, you shouldn't get a lot of jello going on. Obviously, balancing your propellers will help reduce this. A lot of people don't balance their props. For the sake of saving time, I'm not going to bother putting this on right now because I'm also going to be installing my camera and such. But don't forget to use this stuff. If you don't, you might have screws backing out. You don't want that. That's when you will get jellos, when everything loosens up and it's not tight anymore. And you'll just put the last of your M3 screws into place, and that's it. Frame's built. If you ever want quick access to swap out your arms with that press nuts in there, just pull the 2 screws, unbolt your motors, arm comes out, new arm in, bolt it all back up. Don't forget trusty blue Loctite, and you're off to the races again. I think I might have actually overdone it with the red paint this time. Some caveats of this frame I'd like to mention. You see how you have this groove cut out here? You get a small zip tie, mount your antenna. Obviously I need to sit down and attach it, but your antenna goes here. Just use a little bit of heat shrink the antenna down to the zip tie. Got yourself a nice little antenna mount. Also, if you look right down the middle, you see how it's hollow? Perfect place, thread through the bottom here, wires for your receiver. You got a nice place to tuck your receiver in there. There should be 5mm of space, so you should be able to fit most receivers. And you just run your antennas down the back of the arms. Now you have a nice little place to orientate your antennas. For the guys that like to arm mount your antennas, you can also find ways to mount your antennas off the top. On our new builds, when you guys are finally shown our formula frames, we have little pockets done into the TPU canopy with antenna tubes. So you get diversity out the top, a nice little place to hide your receiver, because I actually hate having a receiver tucked away in there somewhere where it doesn't need to be or where it can touch things. Just have it up out of the way in a nice place where you can orientate your antennas for good reception so you don't have fail safes. I thought that was a nice little bonus about this sandwich style of framing, is you have a nice place to go and tuck away and hide your receiver. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll have a flight video after I'm done building this, and we'll see you out on the field. Have a good day. Bye.